Well, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to another episode of game. Yeah, so I haven't played in fucking forever, so let's actually play. I can't believe I haven't played in like fucking, I don't know how long. That's obviously not a right date. Well, we're back at Earth. We got a nice Vindicator gun. We got a nicely large crew. We have another ship. What was our goal? I don't remember. Anyway, I remember reading on the forums that the message was actually from Pluto, not from Saturn like I thought. If I remember correctly, because I didn't read that for a while. So I'm actually going to check that out and see if that's true or not. I think it was from Pluto, right? Pluto. Pluto would be somewhere very far away. So maybe down here? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Is this it? Is that just random star? Yeah, that's a random star. I know Pluto is somewhere here. Because these rings obviously mean an orbit, obviously. Because that makes sense. So it should be on one of the furthest orbits. I know it's past Uranus. So it's somewhere out here then. So I haven't checked the audio too much. I hope I'm not too loud or too quiet. Shit. Slow down. Check this purple thing. Okay, here's Pluto. So he discovered something around Pluto. Now, I don't know if it's here or not. Actually, there's a little energy thing. I've never seen an energy. The hell? We can't recover from an alien vessel. We found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain had killed Kalowski, Fritz, Chin, O'Donnell, Luigi, and all three of the Lieberman triplets. Alright. Okay.
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty, Captain Whistle. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spottywa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spotty Cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spotty, is Huffy, Muffy, Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
I'm obviously going to be friends with you.
Are you sure? Because your statement is often just a more polite way of saying, "Attention alien vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed." In any event, I am Spotty Captain Rico of the void ship Star Runner, based here in this planetary system as part of the powerful Earth-powered Star Force, which our master, the Ur-Quan, established here to make sure the Earthlings don't do anything tricky. Well, I really want to, but I am just not sure that under the present circumstances, joining you in your exciting and also dangerous space adventures would be the best course of action right now, because the Ur-Quan could return at any minute, and the punishment they would bestow on me for such treason would make any other horrible death seem like big fun by comparison.
I know why you guys like the Spathy so much.
Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Baaaack, I think, the Ur-Quan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned. We only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Baaaack joined the hierarchy as combat thralls, while the Sirene chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bug-Squirt star system. No, that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Shafixti. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
Blaze of glory.
The Shafixti were half feral, as you know, having been uplifted by the Baaaack just a few decades before the start of the war. Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, it came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Ur-Quan Primary Task Force at their homeworld, the Shafixti caused their sun to explode in a colossal supernova, destroying the entire planetary system, and not incidentally dozens of Ur-Quan dreadnoughts. Me, personally? Well, nice of you to ask. I was born a poor green incrusting, the youngest child of a family of 18,487. My male parents had to work hard to support us, very hard. But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, "Forever, would you please answer the door? I'll put someone's there." What a treat, a golden memory. I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jamb and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land, through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the next bush. So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a spotty of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well. So I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters. I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted. Aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house, and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the void ship Star Runner, headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy, where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
Jesus.
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Ur-Quan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Ur-Quan armada, right up to the point at which the Ur-Quan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them. When the Ur-Quan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Ur-Quan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat thralls and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to free atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Ur-Quan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Earth and Titan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
Yeah, that's completely done.
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spatty a bit uneasy because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. But the Inuit kept telling us that it was impossible since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Inuit left, again we grew fearful and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto. The Ur-Rat contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Ur-Quan dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ur-Rat's passivity and wanted them to kill or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went off to have some fun.
Makes sense.
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of, "Real soon."
Oh god, that's scary.
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio malnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there. Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-Guard forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we Spotty call the Ultimate Evil! Thousands, that is to say scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super-efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today. I am undone! You are far too clever for a poor Spotty like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 Spotty crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the Ultimate Evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand. How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue, and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death. As yet, the Ultimate Evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the Ultimate Evil's nefarious intent. Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your undying commitment to my well-being.
I wouldn't say undying,
I must
but...
wax melancholy for just a moment, though. And make sure you understand that any other spaceships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to your friendly gestures as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Ur-Quan enslavement and are also apt to talk themselves out of allying with a totally unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
Will do. Well, that was interesting, and when we come back, we'll do more.